right. So,
we all got quiet.
I know.
She froze because she froze. Frozen up again.
Denise, where are you in Florida?
So I am in Apollo Beach, which is near the Tampa Bay area.
Yep, I lived in Lake Worth, just below West Palm Beach, and then I lived in Kissimmee.
Oh, okay. Yep, I know both.
I lived in Cape Coral by Fort Myers.
Who said that? I can't see everyone's screen at the same time, so I'm like,
This is Jody.
Hi. Okay. Yes. So, Lucy, it's a very good possibility that by the time you get here for the team retreat, I will have my boat. So, you and I will be going for a boat ride.
That sounds miserable.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous right now.
Well, when you guys all hit board of directors, you can have really badass friends with boats too.
Yeah, I went, even though, we're social distancing, but I did go boat shopping the other day. And yeah, I found the boat that I really, really love. And the goal is to have it by like July, August. So by the time Lucy gets here, we'll be able to go boat riding.
See, when you come to my house, we also have a boat. It's just singular and it's called a kayak.
Fine. I love kayaking too.
The Pacific Northwest boat.
Anything on the water, I am all for it. Anything on the water, I'm for it.
And you do not want to fall in.
Okay, that's good to know.
It is cold. The water here is cold. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. I am going to let you guys take the floor. I don't know, Denise, if you just want them to hit you with questions or if you prefer that they direct them to the chat. You guys, this is Denise Marsh, the one, the only. She has got energy like nobody's business. Every time she speaks, I feel infused with like positivity and radiance, but also like, I don't know, man, like you've got that inner strength that I just love. Like you make me feel powerful just being near you. And I just love it. So I hope that you guys will pick her brain with all of the things. You can ask her anything about her business. All right. The way that she does things. I know that she is an open book. And I'm just going to let her take the floor and she can kind of let you guys know how she's the most comfortable getting those questions.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you. Yeah, you can just shoot your questions out to me. I know right now everyone is muted. So if you do, you can either put it in the chat or you can just speak your question. However, if you do speak your question, just so there's not a lot of back noise, after you ask your question, if you can just mute yourself again, just so, it's all clear. So you can either shout out some questions to me or post in the chat, whatever, and ask me anything. You can ask me anything at all, except for which toys I use, but I might tell you. Okay, go for it.
All right. What is your number one booking tip right now?
Okay, so my number one booking tip right now is, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what not to do and then what to do, okay? So here's the deal. Right now, Pure Romance has so many, it's incredible how much information they have for us right now to make us successful. There's so many groups and trainings and Zooms and all these things. And what I want you all to remember is that you don't have to do everything, okay? It's so tempting to want to do everything they tell us, right? But we can't. There's no way possible to do every little thing that this person said to do this, this person said to do that. It's impossible to do everything. So just take one little thing and run with it. Try it, keep going for it, work it for as long as you can. You don't need to switch it up every other day, okay? So for booking, I'm a very simple, I like to keep everything super simple. I believe that you get the best outcomes when you are very effective with your time and not trying to overdo it. So for me, what I do fun things. I like to get people engaged. So going live in my VIP group, I utilize my VIP group a lot, and that's where I get a lot of interaction. So this is what I do to get a lot of bookings, and it works. It's kind of like reverse psychology, but it gets the most responses. Okay, so what I do, I will either post in my VIP group, or I'll send it to like women that I know will respond to me, and women I know will not respond to me, just because and this is, say I'm going live, I put up a post, and it's this simple. Hey, I have 5 goodie bags that I want to give away to some women who want to help me out with some online pure romance experiences. If you know someone who would love to get something free from me, please message me and let me know. It's that simple, like that easy, simple. What I did, I didn't ask them. I said, if you know someone, okay? And I said, I have some free goodie bags I want to give away, right? So now what has been happening, like 85% of the time, they will be like, well, am I able to get in on this, or is it just for people you don't know? And like, it's insane. So now I'm like, oh no, I guess you can do it too. That's cool. You want to have one? And they're like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, nonchalant with it, but I'm like, right? So it's kind of like reverse psychology, because you're indirectly asking them to have a party. And I call it a pure romance experience. So it's not party, it is a party, but I just call it pure romance experience. I even title my events, Sheila's Pure Romance Experience, Gabby's Pure Romance Experience. So I say the experience because I'm giving them a freaking experience. And it works every time. And I say goodie bags because sometimes I have no clue what I'm giving away. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But I just say goodie bag, and then I'll figure out later what I'm giving them for free. So that is like the biggest, that's something that's been working effectively for me. But also on the flip side of it, sometimes I actually get new people. So they'll say, yes, I will post the verbiage. Absolutely, Lucy. So sometimes I will get people say, I'm actually not interested, but I'll check with a few of my friends. I'll check with my coworkers. I'll check with my sister, and what I do, I'm a paper and pen person. I know some people rely heavily on the technology, and which is do what works for you. I just need paper and pen. That's just me. So I have a list, and I have it for every month. So January, every single month, and then I write down, okay, Sally Sue said she had a friend. Okay, so when I do my follow-up message, I go back to that list. I'm like, okay, Sally said she had a friend. So now I'm going to go back. Hey, Sally, did you ever get in touch with, or whoever, or did you find anyone who wants to get one of my goodie bags? I have 2 left. Super simple, quick messages, okay? Because no one is going to read a whole paragraph. So just keep it super simple, but asking for them to refer you, you're basically asking for a referral. But what ends up happening is sometimes they want to do it, or they will give you a referral. Yes, yep. So I'm just adding them to my list. This is now adding to my list. Yep. Oh, good question. Good question. What else you got for me?
All right.
I wanted to know, considering that you're a single mom, got all these kids, you're, working your business from home, probably doing social distance learning like we are. How are you making the best of your time? What does your daily schedule look like so that you're not being busy and that you're actually being productive instead of just busy? Because you can be busy and not be productive. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so now my daughter, I have one child, but she is now out of the house. When I started Pure Romance, she was in middle school. It makes me sound kind of old, but she is now out of high school. I've been with Pure Romance for a little bit of time. So when I had my daughter, but when my daughter was in school, she was in middle school when I first started Pure Romance. I was a single mom. I was working 3 jobs, like legit. Pure Romance became my 4th job. I was also in school, and I was doing an internship. So my schedule was berserko. So even though I don't have kids in the house right now, I still feel like I can answer this question for you. So here's the thing. A lot of people believe that in order to be super successful in this business, you need to work hours on end, like a million hours. That is so not true. If you knew how many hours I work. Now, here's the thing. I do believe you have to have office hours. Now, Sometimes you can say, okay, this week I'm going to work this day, this day, this day at these hours. Sometimes you need to do it by day, depending on how your schedule is and what your family structure is. Whatever works for you, you have to do what works best for you, but you have to figure out some time to have office hours. Now, one of the things I learned in the early stages of my business, I would, anytime there was a class on time management that Pure Romance offered at national training or work, I took it because I didn't know how to manage my time. And because I had those jobs, I had school, I had my daughter, I had Pure Romance, I didn't know what the freak to do. I was just doing what I could when I could. And I felt like I was on a hamster wheel, just constantly doing it. Well, Cindy Faulkner, she would teach these time management ninja classes, and I would soak up everything she said. And some of the things she said is you have to look at your business as a business. Whether you are brand new, it's day one, or you've been in it for 20 plus years, this is a business. So you need to have business hours. It does not matter what else is going on outside of your life, whether you have a full-time job, kids, a partner in the house, parents in the house, dogs, whatever it is, you have to set office hours, even if it's 1 hour. Even if it's 1 hour, you just have to have office hours. Now, for those of you who have children in the home and maybe you're homeschooling, God bless you. I hope you keep alcohol or something to take your, something. Here's what I learned from Cindy, and this did help me with my daughter. And even when I got into a relationship and now, okay, it's now all these things happening, whatever. This is what she said. You have your office hours, okay? Even if you can only do an hour. Now, if you have an hour, like say your kids take a nap or they have some assignment or whatever, you tell me, Mom is going to work. I'm going to work from this time to this time, okay? This is the time you all can play with these special toys or watch this special show or do whatever special thing you want to do. I'm going to watch. But guess what you get to do? When the clock hits 6 o'clock, you come and get mommy, because then it's time. I'm done. So now it's kind of like a fun game for them, especially if you have little kids. So maybe you have like special toys or special activities they can do while you're working, but now they feel involved because you get to tell them, okay, when the clock hits this time, mommy's done working, you get to come and grab me out of the office. You get to come and tell me, mommy, guess what? Work's over. It's time for you to spend time with me. So now they know they're taking it seriously. They know that mom has to work, but guess what? When mom works, we get to do this special fun thing, right? And then we get to tell her when time's up. And it was such, like, that hit home to me. I'm like, wow, okay. And but you have to get them involved. So I would get my daughter involved. And so it was so hard for me in the beginning because I still wanted to have my phone with me. And I would tell her, at whatever time, 6 o'clock, whatever, I'm done with work, and then we'll have family time. So we'll have dinner or watch a movie or whatever. And I would still want to have my phone, but I told her I couldn't have my phone. So she was like, Mom, you can't touch your phone. You can't touch your phone. So, and here's the thing, there's no Pure Romance emergency. So if someone's messaging you, you can get back to them the next day. It's okay. All right. It is totally fine. And here's the thing. Well, something else Cindy said, it's a business, right? Target has business hours. If they close at 10, they close at 10. Right? Walmart has business hours. They close it, whatever. You have those hours. People will respect your time. Your team will respect your time. Your clients will respect your time. You just have to respect your time. Okay? So you work your business, but you got to have time for your family. Otherwise, what's the point? Right? You got into this because you said this is a flexible job. You can work your business in an hour. You can get a lot done in an hour if you're freaking focused. You just got to be focused. And if you have some work to do that does not require your phone, put your phone in another room, get your work done, all right? Because it's easy to get on Facebook or Instagram or what is it now, TikTok, whatever, and get lost in it. Get your work done first. I'm telling you, get your work done, and then you're like, boom, I spent an hour, I got so much done, holy crap, right? So that's what I learned from Cindy, so I'm sharing that wealth of knowledge with you all. Yes, Lucy, fake work is the biggest time suck, seriously. And I have to tell myself that too. If I'm not doing something that requires my phone, I put it away from me. So that way I do not even get tempted. Cut your notifications off if you don't need it. We don't need our phones as much as we think we do. We really don't. And then it's so much nicer to know that you can control your schedule if you are actually focused on what you have to do in those hours, the hours, whatever, and then you get to enjoy the rest of your day to do whatever you want. You got your work done, now you can enjoy the rest. I hope that answered your question.
So
And more.
Amber asked, how do you just shut it down? I never want to stop. Can't do office hours. I'm addicted.
Okay, so I totally 1000% get you, seriously. So I love my business. I am in love with my Pure Romance business. And at one point I considered myself a Pure Romance junkie. Okay, it was just like Pure Romance, Pure Romance, Pure Romance, Pure. Like all I wanted to do was like I wanted to be on it all the time, all the time. When I wake up, Pure Romance. When I go to sleep, I just want to be on it. But I was missing out on a lot of life. And at the time, I didn't realize I was missing out on a lot of life because I was just like, well, it's okay. It's okay if I miss this because I'm doing a party. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm excited. But I really was missing out on a lot. And now, and it's so funny. It's so great that y'all are saying this because I did I got really good with my office hours and I did backslide. Okay. And for a couple of weeks, I was just kind of like off my schedule and not getting a lot of things done. I was just kind of like just checking messages, just not sticking to my office hours. And today and yesterday, because my office hours are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 11 until 3 o'clock. And those are when I say office hours, those are the hours I'm actually in my office doing actual work. And so what I was doing is I would have a show on, and the past couple of weeks thought I was doing work, but I was actually really watching this show that I was binge watching on Hulu, and I wasn't getting anything done. And so yesterday and today I cut music on. I set my timer at 3 o'clock, my alarm goes off and I'm done with work. Yesterday I was like on it. I was doing my work, boom, 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 everything was good. I had my music blasting and I was working. I had music on, doing my stuff. At 3 o'clock, I still had a few things to do, but I'm like, you know what, nope. 3 o'clock, I'm done. And now I was able to go and have a late lunch. I was able to watch a show with my husband. I was able to chill out. We just bought a hammock. I was on a hammock just swinging. I'm like, what do I do now? Nothing. And it feels great. I was just swinging. Guess what? If you want to masturbate for extra time, you can, because you haven't spent all your time working. It's okay. And guess what? I got so much done because I was laser focused. I was laser focused. So yes, I get it. You want to kind of like keep going because you're on that high, that Pure Romance high. But I promise you, if you just stick to your office hours, you can get to enjoy your life. That's what this is about. You still want to have the time to enjoy your life while you still get to work your business. So I get the addiction part, but take a back and enjoy your real life.
My question kind of goes along with Amber's a little bit. So my schedule is very crazy. I work graveyard full time. I work 12-hour shifts. So 2 to 3 days out of my week, I am spending sleeping definitely during the day. So I have to do everything in the middle of the night and whenever I have spare time. How would you suggest being able to set like specific office hours when mine technically are in the middle of the night when everybody's asleep?
Gotcha. Okay. So tell me your time, tell me the hours you work again.
I work 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. 3 days a week.
Okay.
And they're weekdays.
Okay. And then you said weekdays, so like Monday through Friday?
Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wednesday, Thursday, you're off?
And Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay. So then Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, what is your schedule like?
Wednesday, I usually am sleeping until about 6 p.m. I try to not schedule anything unless it's the first couple of hours that I'm home. Anything from like 11 to 6, I don't schedule anything just because I know I need that sleep. Thursdays, I leave myself wide open. And it's the same thing for Saturday and Sundays. Saturdays, I'm not available until after 5 because it is a Saturday. So I bumped it up like an hour and it's made a difference. And then Sundays, I'm completely available. And then the other 3 days that I'm working, I'm available whenever I am awake. So there are sometimes some of my customers think that I never sleep and that I'm on crack.
Gotcha. Okay. So, how are you doing online parties right now? Are you utilizing your website? How are you working it?
I've been doing online parties since I started. That's actually how I started a year and a half ago, was online, and I transitioned to in-home, and now I'm going back to online.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So your online parties are when? What days are you typically doing those?
I tried to start, well, it's been different with the COVID. I'm now, instead of just having my normal party days for online parties on Thursdays, I'm now opening up my schedule that I had for my in-home parties for my virtual parties. And there's a part of me that's thinking that I need to go back to just starting my virtual parties on 1 or 2 days out of the week instead of having my 4 open days that I leave open to do parties. Just because I feel like it's a lot to have that many days with a graveyard schedule.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing you're doing on average 4 parties a week, 4 virtual parties a week?
On a typical week, I'm doing like 6 to 12.
On different days or like all together?
All on different days. Like I will do up to 3 a day. So it just depends on the week. This week I have 9 parties scheduled this week.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to tell you, and anyone who is also has a crazy busy schedule as well. Have you all ever done the power hour? Yay, no, maybe so. Okay. So
Like 10 years ago.
okay. So this is what helped me when I had those 3 jobs in school and all that stuff, and the schedule was just all over the place. And I worked in a restaurant, so my schedule changed a lot. Power hour helped tremendously. So what the power hour is, it's an actual 1 hour that you're actually working. So you can do it different ways. So let's say you have 2 or 3 days that you can do a power hour, so that's 3 hours a week. Now that may not seem like a lot of time to get stuff done, but I promise you, you can get a lot done in 3 hours, okay? So if you could do 1 hour for 3 days a week, you choose the date that works best for you when you're not as exhausted. And you can do it different ways. You can have it where 1 hour, let's say, for example, on a Tuesday, you have 1 hour and you just go crazy and do everything that you need to do with anything related to parties, whether it's posting, contacting your hostesses, whatever related to your parties for 1 full hour, you're done. Then let's say Wednesday, you're doing everything related to sponsoring, connecting with potential consultants, posting in your whatever it is related to that. And the next day you can work on something else. Or you can do it where they're in 15-minute increments. All right, so you have the first 15 minutes is working with your hostess. Next 15 minutes is you're following up potential consultants. Next 15 minutes, you are working on follow-up. Next 15 minutes, you're working on something else. So you can take it in. Now, it may sound like, what the heck can I do in 15 minutes or 30 minutes? I promise you, you can get a lot done if you are laser focused, okay? Laser focus means you are not like, oh, let me do this. Oh, wait, someone text me. Oh, what's that on Netflix? No, laser focus means you're laser focused. Yeah, Lucy said she's been doing power hour too. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's the best thing ever. It makes a huge difference. You do not need, if you don't have the hours, do it in an hour. I'm telling you, you can get so much done. So for those of you who have those really intense schedules, or your schedule changes daily or weekly because of work or your kids, that power hour can make a huge impact on your business. You just have to, like, if you have people in the house that say, hey, I'm going to work for an hour. I need you to leave me alone, or say it in a nicer way or whatever. But I need this hour to work, okay? Let me work this hour, and then I'm all yours, all right? Or if you're getting off work, you work the graveyard shift. If you know you have a little bit of energy when you get home, then work that power hour as soon as you get home and then go to sleep. Or if you know it's vice versa, you need to sleep first and then work, whatever it is, make that power hour work for you. But I'm telling you, even if you could do it 1, 2, or 3 times a week, that power hour will make a huge difference, whatever schedule you have. What else do you have?
Thank you.
Did that help? Was that helpful?
No, that helped. I kind of feel like I am doing that, but my problem is I don't know when to tell myself to actually stop. So I think I need to physically set an alarm for myself and like make sure that when I'm setting these power hours, that my distraction that's usually home to distract me in the evening isn't home. I.e. the boyfriend.
Yeah, or get someone, if you have like an accountability buddy or someone you can say like, hey, I need you to call me at this time to tell me to stop working. Do that. Like, whatever you have. I have my daughter guilty me. Okay, so my daughter was guilty me like, Mom, you said you'd be done at this time, so stop. Now my daughter's out of the house now, so if I'm like, okay, babe, I tell my husband, babe, I need to be done at this time, like, cut me off at this time. If I know, like, you get in that zone, But if you know, like, okay, I got this amount of time, let me get it done. And I'll tell them, like, okay, come and grab me at this time and let me be done. So I get what you're saying, where you want to keep going, but if it seems great at first if you're just like, okay, I'm on the go, but you're going to exhaust yourself. And then it's not going to be fun anymore. All right, so you got to give yourself that grace to rest. All right, so that way you can be on point every time you're working. Or most times you're working, because we're never on point all the time. Let's be real.
No, that helped a lot.
I did.
Thanks.
What's the question?
Okay. So I know, Denise, okay, you moved, didn't you? And you had to start all over. See, that's what kind of happened. That is what happened to me. I was doing great in this area where I was, and then I moved. And so it's like, so what did you do to get more people and parties in a new area?
Okay, so did you move states, cities, counties? What did you do?
I just moved like 2 hours away, but it's over the mountain.
Okay. Well, how long ago did you move?
August.
Okay. All right. So coming up on a year.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyone else moved or planning on moving or anything like that? No? Okay. So here's the dealio. And you know, I'm going to generalize this. I'm going to be very specific, but I'm also going to generalize it too, so it can so other people can connect with this question. So whether you just moved, or if you feel that your business is just kind of restarting, okay? So if you feel that, you know what, man, I've been in it for a while, but I kind of feel like things are kind of different now. I feel like I'm restarting. You got to do things different, okay? I know that's kind of been our hashtag with Pure Romance, do life different, but legit is serious. So this month marks 9 years that I've been with Pure Romance. I just moved to Florida. This upcoming October will mark 2 years, okay, that I've been living in Florida. I moved here thinking that it wouldn't take much. You know, I'm like, I know what I'm doing. You know, I got this. I can get some parties on the books. And I was used to doing 12 plus parties a month. Okay, now before moving to Florida, I knew a year ahead of time that we were moving here. So what I did, I started looking at bridal shows, vendor events and things like that I could be a part of. And I would actually fly back and forth to Florida almost every single month, doing a bridal show or doing one party, like flying every single month. And I was thinking like, okay, this is great. I'm going to be good when I get to Florida. No, it was seriously like starting from day one. None of the stuff that I knew, it didn't matter. It did not matter. I was a brand new consultant. I moved from Illinois, the Midwest, to Florida, the South. Okay, two completely different areas, different mindsets, different types of people. Also, Florida, I forgot the term that they call it, migrational or something. A lot of people move here. So a lot of people are not from Florida, okay? So a lot of people don't have roots here, meaning a lot of people would say, I don't know anyone to have a party, right? So I had to do things I've never done before. In Illinois, I didn't do bridal expos. I didn't do vendor events. I did not network. I never did those things. You know how they say every consultant has a superpower? My superpower was always booking parties, okay? I knew I could go into a party and book parties. I knew it. Well, guess what? It doesn't work if you don't have parties. So I didn't have any parties. So I had to go to these, I was very uncomfortable, okay? So when they say get uncomfortable to get comfortable, yep. I was bridal expos and vendor events and networking. I never did that before. So it was a whole new thing for me. And not saying that all of you have to go out and do bridal expos and vendor events, but what I'm saying is if you feel that, man, I'm moving to a new area, or I feel like my business is kind of like restarting, sometimes you have to do things different than what you did before. You got to do things. So I had to do everything different. So Anna, when you asked like, what did I do? I had to really reconstruct my business. I could no longer do the things that worked before because they didn't work here. Like what I did in Illinois did not work in Florida. So I had to do things different. So I was starting to do those networking events, and I was investing my money into things that I didn't know how it would pan out. Every single week I was investing in some type of bridal expo, vendor event, something. I would network. I had no clue how to network. I would choose networks that involved alcohol so I could drink and kind of feel somewhat comfortable. Okay, because going to people, like it was so awkward. But this is what I had to do. I didn't know anyone. Even though I would fly here to do a party here or there, that's not enough. So it was a very humbling experience moving here. And it was definitely something where I started to appreciate new consultants even more because I was a new consultant. I was a new consultant all over again. So my suggestion is, if you are moving or if you aren't moving, but you feel like your business is kind of restarting, sometimes you have to completely shift the way you look at your business and try something different. Even if you've never done it before, that excuse like, I tried, that didn't work for me before. Okay, try it now. Okay, sometimes we got to shift. We got to change things up because sometimes we feel so stuck in our ways that, oh, this worked for so long that it should keep working. That's not always the case. Sometimes we got to shift things up. All right, so yeah. And then guess what? I finally started getting parties in the book, and then COVID hit, so it's okay. So I mean, whatever. It's cool. You know, I'm all about shifting. It's good. It's all right. You're welcome. What other questions? Yes, Amber. Pivot. Yes. I will sing to you all day. I'm gonna sing.
Like, I know somebody's got to have another. You guys can literally ask her about anything. Anything.
You ask me anything.
Sales.
I have one. Sorry.
Gladys, go,
Hey,
girl.
Gladys.
Okay, sorry. I'm in my car. I'm doing exchanges, children exchange. I do have a question. I jumped in kind of late. Hopefully someone already didn't ask this question, but what do you find to be, or for you,
Girl, I'm not. Let's see. Show of hands if you feel the same way as Gladys. If you feel that you get to a point in sponsoring or with the potential where you're not crossing the finish line with them. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, someone's holding up 2 hands. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, great. All right, so first of all, thank you, Gladys, for asking the question. All right, so here's the deal. Okay, so dig a little deeper for me with this. You're getting, so these are people who they're interested, but they're not joining. Is that what it is?
yes, like I feel like I've had literally four women. I think I've had like one, and she's in one of our opportunity groups, and she always tells me like, just keep messaging, keep messaging. And I feel like at this point I'm tired of hearing myself talk to her. But for some reason it's been, I know you hear different stories about like, sometimes it takes 7 years, sometimes it takes all these things. But at some point, where do you step back and then just give someone their space? Or do we never do that? Do we never give someone space?
Okay.
Right? Or do we let up, or do we not? So I just feel like, for me, it's like, I feel that I'm trying to put myself on the other end. Like, if that was me, I would feel like, yeah, no, I definitely want to know, just in case like life shifts or whatever. But not everyone. I mean, my thing is, I think of it like, for me personally, and I shouldn't base it on my kind of personal journey, but like, everyone knows I've used my insurance money to pay for my kit, because I was like, okay, I'm in, right? Like I'm very much hit the ground running with that. People are not like that. So I feel like I'm driven in the sense, like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I feel like with some women it's different, and I know I need to be patient, but sometimes I feel like, okay, now I don't like the sound of my own voice. Like I feel like I'm just being annoying now.
Okay, so here's the thing, okay? I look at sponsoring in here, okay. We're gonna do a little role play, but I also want to say some things, okay? So here it is. First, before you can sponsor, you need to understand why you're sponsoring.
Right.
Is the big thing. You need to understand why you're sponsoring. Are you and it's okay, whatever the answer is, you just need to own it, okay?
Right.
So if you're like, okay, I want to sponsor because I like the title, I like promoting, I like that recognition, or is it because I want those extra bonuses? I can use that extra $3, $6, $5, whatever, $100 extra a month in my overrides, or I just want to offer the opportunity because it's changed my life and I want to change others. Whatever it is, own that. Okay, own that. I feel not enough people are owning why they're sponsoring. They're like, oh, I want to do it because I want to change lives. When you know, you just want that bonus check. That's fine. Right. Just own it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. The other thing, and I'm not saying this is what you do, but yeah. Okay, you want to share the crack. Okay, yeah. So here it is. Here's the other thing. Sometimes I'm speaking from my own experience. In the beginning, when I would speak to a potential consultant and I wanted to tell her everything about Pure Romance. Now I call it Pure Romance Vomit. Okay, but I would tell her everything like, oh my God, Pure Romance is so awesome. You do this, we get this, we get blah, blah, blah. And I think it would scare them. I was talking too much. I didn't let them get a word in. So
right.
They talk about just close your mouth, and like listen more to them. See what they have to say. This is not about you. It's not about us. It's about them. Okay? Now, Here's the thing. They will, if they decide to be with Pure Romance, they'll find out how amazing Pure Romance is. The initial conversation should be something like this. Why are they interested in Pure Romance? How can Pure Romance help them? And how can it fit into their life? They do not care how many awards you've received, how much money you've made, what your status, they don't care. They want to know, how can this help them? It's inspiring to hear what you've done, but they want to know, can they do this? Now, I will tell you, some women, because now Gladys, when you're saying you had that drive, you used your insurance money, you did that, that's a rarity. Most people, especially women, are holding to this big old thing called fear, okay? They are afraid to make any type of risk. They are afraid to do anything where they don't know the outcome, which if you think about it, we don't know the outcome to any darn thing, but I digress.
Right.
But they're afraid to take a chance. They don't know. They're like, I don't think I'll be good at this. What if this? What if that? What if this? So they have all these fears. And that's why when the Pure Romance Vomit comes, it's confirming those fears, right? If you're like, well, we do, I can never win an award. But we earn trips, I can never earn a trip. Like, now you're confirming their fears. You just want to know how this can happen, okay? So questions, here's some key questions that I love to ask when I'm speaking to a potential consultant, okay? I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you the things, and then we're going to role play Gladys, okay?
Okay.
All right, so one question you need to ask them, and we all know this, why are they interested in Pure Romance? That's a basic question. Why are they interested? Don't assume it's because of money. Chris has said it many times. Chris has said it many, many times that a lot of women join because of the sisterhood and the fun. So it may not even really be about the money for them. So find out why. Before you start telling them all about money, find out why you want to do this, okay? Next thing, if it is about the money, ask them. So looking over the next 30 days, how much money would you like to make? Well, what would make it worth it for you?
Okay.
Guess what answer we will not accept? What's the answer we will not accept?
The bare minimum?
No, I don't know. I don't know is not an answer. No, I don't know is not an answer. And then when they tell you the actual amount, how much they would like to make, great. What would you do with that money? This is asking about their why.
Why?
Okay?
Okay.
why they're getting into this. Now, if you want to share a success story, do not share your success story. They follow you already. They follow you already. Share someone who just started. Share someone who had another struggle. Share someone who's completely different from you. They already know your story. They may not know the whole thing, but they follow you. They know something about you. Share someone else, because right now they only know you. Even though you can tell them there's over 30,000 consultants, they still only see you. Tell them about someone else.
Okay.
We're going to do a quick role play, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do 2 role plays. It's going to be quick. Don't worry. I won't hold you off forever, unless you want me to hold you forever. Okay, so.
I mean, I can, but just know that I'm not taking my eye contact. I'm just trying not to die.
No, that's fine. But this is the first role play, Gladys, since you asked the question. You're the consultant and I'm the potential. Let's go. You just called me.
Okay, I just called you.
Yeah, you're the consultant. I'm the potential.
Okay. You reached out to me or I'm reaching out to you?
You're reaching out to me.
Okay. I'm gonna start off. Hey babe, thank you so much for attending the party. I hope you had a really good time. Was kind of curious. I always want to offer the business to all of the girls that attend. Hopefully something registered, whether it was you having a good time, money-wise, whatever it was, hopefully something you were able to align with. What would be the reason, or why would you feel yourself be interested in the business if you had the chance or opportunity to do so?
I don't know. I don't know if I would even be really good at this.
Okay, what do you feel is holding you back?
I don't know. I guess I never really thought of it. I mean, it sounds like it could be fun, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could even do something like this.
Okay. Well, Pure Romance has an amazing, like, besides just the corporate business stuff, but we have a great sisterhood. We have women that have kind of built relationships, long-term relationships, friendships, become family members. Tons of different things that kind of just help soothe the soul, whether it's educating women, if that's a passion of yours, empowering women, if that's a passion for yours, if you just absolutely love the products and just want to, you know, kind of share that opportunity. There's so many different outlets that just not are motivating just based on money and goals and different things. Does any of that align with you?
Okay, so Gladys, I'm going to pause you.
Okay.
All right, so here's one of the reasons why Lucy chose me to talk with you all today. I'm not a sugar cutter. Okay, I get straight to the point. So we're not going to even keep going with this. We're going to stop and we're going to start over. All right. Now, here's the reason why I'm stopping you. I loved your energy and I loved your passion for what you were saying, but you were saying too much to me.
Okay.
Okay. So let's step back. Now, raise of hand if you've talked to someone like that and they were saying to you, I don't know if I would be good at this. Let me see your hands. If you've heard that before, we've all heard that, right? I don't know if I would be good at this. Now, if I'm telling you that, I'm voicing a fear. So if you're telling me about all these other things, I don't care. Okay. I need you to first diffuse the fear. Does that make sense?
Right.
Here's what happens, and this could happen too, and some of you may relate to this where you feel like, ooh, okay, yep, that probably happened. If someone is telling you, one, I don't know if I could do this, one, I don't know if I have the money, one, I don't know, and something else behind that, if you start going on about all these other things, you've lost them right then.
Okay.
They need you. It's like almost like a cry for help. Like, I don't know if I can do this. What they're saying to you is, I need you to tell me why I can do this. I need you to show me how I can do this. Don't tell me anything else except right now how to diffuse my fear.
Okay.
Will you diffuse everyone's fear? Absolutely not. That is not realistic. But if you can at least take a beat and hear what they're saying. Okay, if they're saying, I don't know if I can do this, ask them why. What do you feel like that you can do with this?
Okay.
See what they say from there. So don't go into anything else. First, address what they just said to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So address what she just said to you. She just told you, I don't know if I can do this. Address that first. You talking about sisterhood? I don't care. You talking about trade? I don't care. That doesn't matter if you can't tell me how I can do this.
Okay.
Get to what they can get from this, not what you know about it.
Okay.
Sometimes what we do, we speak from what we know. We know
Right.
pure romance change lives. They don't know that yet. Now, here's the thing. You may have gained their trust, but Pure Romance as a company has not yet. They don't know Pure Romance as a company. They know you. They know Gladys.
Okay.
So what I'm saying to all of you is when you have someone on the line, whether it's on the phone, a video chat, a text, whatever the heck you're responding to them, address the fear. Address the fear. Ask them. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper with this. Sometimes no one's asking them anything.
Okay.
Okay? Sometimes no one's asking them anything. Be that person. Be that person that will answer their fears, who will listen to them. Because what I felt, you weren't listening to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? And this is not a strike against you. You're speaking from passion about Pure Romance. You're trying to tell her, no, we're great. I'm not sold. Address my fears. I promise you, if you address the fears of these women, and I'm not just talking about sponsoring, I'm talking about in the shopping room. I'm talking about when it comes to using coochie or an anal vibrator. Address the fear.
Okay.
I promise you, you will go so freaking far, further than you can imagine if you address the fear. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, let's do a role play. I'm the consultant, and you're my potential. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey, Gladys.
Hi.
How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
I'm splendid, thank you. So I want to say thank you so much for attending the virtual experience. I hope you had a blast. Now, I do see from the registration virtual slip that you filled out that you said that you're kind of interested in learning more about doing what I do. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining and educational, and the money sounds great.
Okay, so if this is something that you were kind of even possibly thinking about, why would this be something you would do?
It would have to be based on just being a mom first and foremost, money-wise, but also doing something different.
Oh, okay, so what do you do now?
I am a therapist.
Oh, wow. What type of therapy do you do?
Trauma-focused, heavy stuff.
Oh, wow.
I work with
Okay.
adolescents.
Oh, wow. That's really heavy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so you're doing the trauma for children. Okay. And now what does your family look like? So who do you live with?
My son and my 7-year-old son and my 11-year-old daughter.
Okay. All right. So you said that if you were to do this as a side gig, this would just be for the money.
It would be for the money, but I think to do something different to kind of balance out the heaviness of the world.
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing now to help balance that out?
Meditation, prayer.
Okay.
Enjoying my children.
Okay. Is that going well for you? Like using the meditation and prayer, spending time with your children, is that helping?
Yeah, it helps.
Okay. All right. So I can see that if it seems like you have a passion for helping people in general and with children right now. So it's kind of like you could even move that into Pure Romance with helping women, but putting a fun spin on it. Is that where you were going with it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if this were something, well, before we even get into that, what do you do when you're not working besides spending time with your children?
Oh, I read. For the most part, just do the mom stuff. I coach soccer, my son's soccer team.
Mhm.
I just finished school, so for the first time in a long time, I have free time. So just breathing, to be honest.
Okay. All right. So you're a single mom?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are you newly single or been single for a
No.
little bit?
Oh, I've been single for a little bit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, this is interesting. All right. So you work with children doing something really important, but also very heavy on you mentally. You practice meditation and prayer with your children and spend time with your children. You love to read. So, and you're working what? Do you work Monday through Friday during the
Yes.
day? Okay. So you have your
Yes.
weekends free.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me see if this would help. If you were to spend one day a week, like a Saturday afternoon, going to someone's home with about, 6 to maybe 8 women, making them laugh and in return them making you laugh, you being able to just let go of the week, maybe make some extra cash, but also bring light to some other people. How would that make you feel?
That sounds like really ideal.
Yeah, right? Okay,
Right.
so what would that do for you? Like, what would that do if you knew, like, once a week you can get out of the house, and when you're getting out of the house, you're not going to do something heavy, you're going to do something light, something that brings you some joy, but also brings other people joy. How much would that mean to you?
It would mean a lot because I feel like it would soothe the soul in a way that
Okay, so what if I can offer you something like that?
okay, I'm listening. You have my attention.
Okay, all right, great. So here's what it is. Pure Romance, we do parties for women, we do events for women, and in these events, we get to go and spread some laughter, some education. We also get to empower women, whether it's 2 women in the room or over 20. And it sounds like this is something that not only they could get from you, but you could use from them. And in return, you get to make some extra cash. You get to use that cash for something for either yourself, um, adding to your book collection since you love to read, or doing something fun with your kids. But then you only get to commit just one day a week to doing this for a few hours. If I were to tell you that this is something that you could do once a week and it not interfere with the rest of your life, would you be up for it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, if you were to do something like this and you knew you could make a little profit, what would that profit look like for you? Like, what would make you happy to walk out of someone's house making how much money? What would that look like?
For one hour, or what, for one party per se,
Yeah,
I would say $300.
$300. Okay, great. So what if I could show you how to do that?
I would do it.
You would do it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when would you like to get started with this? Because I would love to start training you right now.
You're good, lady. You are good.
I mean, you didn't answer the question though, so.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. All right, great. So what type of investment would you be comfortable with?
What are my options?
Well, you actually have a few options, so I want to know what you're comfortable with.
$200.
Okay, great. All right, so let me tell you about the options that we have. Okay, and then from there, side note, I would go into the different kits. So I would tell her about the premium kit, what the commission looks like, and the value of it. And then I would go into the deluxe, stating that the deluxe is our most popular one. And basically, deluxe just means you're getting the best bang for your buck. And then we have our standard kit. So, and I would give her the investment pricing, and I would ask her, well, first I would give her the premium deluxe and ask her, could she swing one of those? If she says no, then I would go into the standard.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then we just go from there. So was that helpful?
No, yeah, that really was, because I, again, come from the therapeutic aspect. I'm more so like advocating, like trying to find the skills, like, wait, no, we can't,
Mm-hmm.
we don't focus on the fears, right? Like mine is more so like, let's problem solve, like, no, let's get something, like, no, you have potential. Automatically, I'm like, it's like I take it offensive when someone says like they're not placing value onto themselves or limiting themselves. So I feel like that's sometimes where it's like, I want to pour into them.
Mm-hmm. I get it. But here, let me give you something that can help you, Gladys, and for anyone else that can relate to. When you want to pour into something to someone, if you do it right, and if you and I shouldn't even say if you do it right, if that is the right person for you to pour into, you will be able to pour into them at a later time.
Okay.
That initial conversation to see if this is a good fit for them is not about pouring into them. It's about finding out more about them. You'll be able to pour into them at a later time. Even if they never join your team, this isn't about pouring into them at that moment. It's about finding out more about them and if this is a good fit for them.
Okay.
That is what it's about. Keep that in mind.
Right.
Okay? I hope this was helpful. That was
it was huge. It was huge. Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, what other questions?
You just blew their brains out.
I just
Too much.
In the best possible way.
Oh yes, that's a game changer by far. Done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now they're all gonna just stare at you with their mouths open for a minute. Like mouth breathers. They're gonna mouth breathe all over you for a second.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was really cool.
Good. Thank you, Gladys, for asking the question, and I really hope that was very helpful for everyone.
No, yeah, it does give a different perspective, because essentially it's just like I gave my, even for example, like just the other day, day before yesterday, I felt like I was like spitting on people, because I feel like when it was raw and just straightforward, people weren't getting. I feel like I was going over their head. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I need to approach it differently. So I changed my approach a little bit, and it's like, all right, okay, that's not working either. So I just need to find the balance and the finesse in between the two.
Yes, that's it. Just finding you're not doing anything wrong. It's just scale back a little bit to let them talk a little bit more, and finding a little bit more deeper into them, asking them those questions that's going to really make them think. And again, they may never join your team. That's okay. But the good thing, if you're asking them the right questions, you still become that person they feel they can come to.
Right.
Okay, so even if they never join your team, you still become that person. You still get to advocate for them. Okay, you still get to be that person, because now they don't feel like, okay, she just wanted to give me all this information and now I feel overwhelmed. But man, she asked me some questions no one's ever asked me before. She asked me questions like, like she really wanted to know.
Right.
Okay.
I have another question whenever you're ready.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready for another question.
I feel like I'm dominating. This is my second question. My second question is, what do you do with all these wonderful people that are like, oh yeah, I'd love to have a party, and then you're like, okay, I have these dates open, which one works for you? I don't know, I need to talk to my friends and figure it out. And then you hit them back up and they're like, I don't know. How do you get over that? Because that's the big one I'm coming across right now.
Okay, so that's a good question, Nicole. I like to act like I am the hottest commodity out there. All right, so this is what you do. And then I know we probably all have those people who have been saying they want to have a party forever, right? They contact you all the time. They may always respond to any type of booking special you have, but they never choose a freaking date. So I act like I'm the hottest commodity out there, and almost kind of like I don't care if they book, but of course we want them all to book, but I don't care if they book. So, but I do care. Of course we care. But you gotta have that, like, My calendar's full. All right, so if you're doing, you always put a limit. Okay, that's what I like to do. I like to put a limit on things because it makes it exclusive and kind of like time sensitive. Okay, so if you're gonna post something, whether it's I know some people do like the fun like for April, oh my God, April, they have like the Easter eggs or like fun little buckets or things like that. Like choose a number or choose a bucket or choose a something. Or if you just have a special. So with the like if you're using one of Pyramid corporate posts incentives, what do? You post it. Okay, keep it simple. Okay, you all probably know this because if you see something that's like longer than this, you don't read it. So keep it super short and simple. Okay, so something like this. Woo! I got some, and then also showing your face, whether it's silly or whatever. It seems like the worse I look, the more I get responses. I don't know what that is about, but if it looks like I just woke up, like people love it. But you know, holding something like a cute little bag or something, like it can be a bag you got from the grocery store. It doesn't matter. Just hold up something and say, I have 5 of these. I'm ready to give them away. All right. So for the next 5 women who contact me about having their own fun-free experience with me, you're going to get one of these baggies. All right. So you can do like a quick little boomerang. You can do a quick little video. Yes, Amber, I'm telling you, like we do not need to like put on any makeup or anything. They love us just the way we are. Okay. So doing something like make it more personable. So showing your face, holding something up, and then if you do have someone who is always that person that's like, oh yeah, I want to have a party, but let me check with my friends. No problem. If you aren't able to get back with me by tonight because that's when my special ends, don't worry, I may have something next month. Okay. So it's not like okay, when you can. Nope. No problem. If I'm booked up before 7, if you can't get back with me by 7 o'clock, no problem. I'll see if I have some, maybe I'll have another special next month. You don't even know if you have a special next month. You can figure that out later. All right. It's just letting them know, like, I'm not going to wait around for you. Okay. I'm going to fill this spot. And you may not fill that spot up. It's okay. But here's the thing. Now, listen to me good, ladies. Okay. Let's say you say that to someone, right? Okay, no problem. If they're like, oh, let me ask my friends. And I do use this response too. I'm like, that's cool, but just letting you know, planning a party is like planning a wedding. No one is ever going to agree on a date. So I would just recommend choosing a date that works for you. But if you can't choose a date, no problem. Just I'll let you know, message me next month, something like that. But let's say you really need to fill up some dates, okay? If this person is someone who keeps playing around with you, don't message them back. I would not message them back because they keep playing around. Don't leave them alone. Leave them alone. But if it's someone who did say they were looking, check with their friends, and you said, yeah, that's fine. Maybe check with me next month. You can wait a couple of days and say, hey, guess what? Someone had to reschedule the date. I do have 1 date left. Are you still open to having an experience with me?
Okay.
So that's it. So it's kind of like you're saying they didn't cancel, they rescheduled, and this may not be the truth. We're not lying. You can go ahead and move a dentist appointment, whatever. Just say a schedule opened up. Okay, it's all right. Okay, so now you're just saying, no, hey, I had this date, someone had to change a date. I have an open date for you. Are you still open to having a pure romance experience with me? So you're still asking for permission. And it's kind of like, and the thing is, you never want to seem pushy. And with that approach, like, are you still open to having this? So now it's like, it's okay if you don't. I'm cool with it. That approach is not as aggressive. It's still kind of like, give me an answer, but it's not like, you have to do this.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm writing.
That's fine. Was that helpful?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But I do feel like, and I'm sure, I know Lucy does this too, like put a limit on something or say like, oh, only until tonight, or I'll have this, because then they feel like, oh, I got to hurry up. And I'm pretty sure Lucy has this too, right? Where they'll message you, Lucy, and say like, do you still have any spots left, or did you fill them all up? Right? Because you like, I only have so many available. So they'll even feel like they're bothering you, like, do you have any more? Or, So what's my reasoning for saying experience instead of party? Okay, so it was kind of I don't remember which training I was at, or it was either National Training World Conference or something, and they were talking about using the word party, and obviously we give parties, that's what we do. But someone said something like some people don't relate to the word party, or I know what it was, is that when you say party, sometimes people feel like it's a lot of work, like they have to do a lot of work with it. So I just switched it up. I'm like, well, what is it that they're having with me? I'm like, well, I guess it's an experience. So I just changed it to experience, and it just kind of stuck. So when I ask someone, so I always say, would you like to have a pure, I hardly ever say party. I usually say experience, and it actually sometimes confuses people, because some people will say, what's this experience you're talking about? And I'm like, oh, yeah, just get some girlfriends together, and I do a fun demonstration for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I just call it experience, and it just sounds like it's something so cool, and it's just the party, but I call it the experience. And that's actually what I title the event. So if I set up the online events now, it's Sally's Pure Romance Experience or Amber's Pure Romance Experience. So I use the experience now. And even on in home parties, if we ever go back to in-home parties in this year or next year, whatever, on the invites, because I am old school, I mail out invitations. I do put Pure Romance Experience on the invitations. Ashley, did I miss your message? Did I miss what you said? Did you post a message or post a question, Ashley?
No, I was just responding to Amber's love face over there in the corner.
Oh. These are really good questions. These are really good questions. Thank you. I love questions. Like, seriously, you can ask me anything. You really can. What other questions do you have? What other questions do you have?
I have a question. Can I have an experience with you?
Yes.
Please.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Don't be so easy, Denise. Make that bitch work for it.
Listen, I sing a lot. I don't think I get much done on my during my demos. I sing most of the time. I sing everything. Like in home, like when I go to someone's house and do a demo, and I don't give them the toys. I actually walk around and I rub the toys on them, and I'm always like humming or singing some Disney song. They probably think it's creepy, but it's just what happens. Okay, I'm humming Disney.
Can I move in with you?
Yeah, Amber, come on.
Because I'm gonna sell you something good.
Boom.
I sing everything. I want to marry you. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I can't with you.
Yes, I sing all the time. I really think sometimes they think I'm weird, but I sing everything. I like rub the toy on their hands. I'm like, let me rub you down. Let me rub you down. Even if it takes all night, let me rub you down.
Oh my God, that's how I party. I love you.
See?
Oh, I love it. Does anybody have any more questions? I know that we all love her, but we're also taking up a shit ton of her time, which I know she's happy to give us. But do you guys have any other questions for her, or are your brains exploding?
I think my brain's exploded so much. Oh my God.
Okay. Melissa, here, I got you, girl. Go.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi. So my niece, aka daughter, I raised her from when she was about 10 or 12 years old, could sell ice to an Eskimo, but she is afraid to commit because she's moved to Hawaii in the last couple of years and doesn't have any friends.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how is the best way to approach, because I know once she starts, she'll kill it, but I can't get her to make that step.
And how long has she lived there?
She's lived there just over a year and a half now, but she's not an out and about person.
Mhm.
So she just she goes to work and she comes home. She's 5 months pregnant right now, so I know it's like a perfect time for her to have the extra income. I know
Yeah.
it's a perfect thing that she can do, and she's got charisma and spunk, and I'm telling, she could literally make a killing at this and make her life so much better, but I don't know how to get her to take that step. I'm even sitting here laying in my bed going, well, I just got paid. Maybe I can get her a kit and get it mailed to her as a gift.
No,
but
no,
I need
don't
her
do
to make that. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that, Melissa. Don't do that. She needs to have some skin in the game. So here's the thing. First of all, is she totally against this, or does she have at least a little bit of interest in this?
She has interest in it. She loves the product.
Okay.
But and she loves those things. She just, every time I talk to her or say anything, she goes, I just don't know anybody. I said, it's online, sis. You don't have to. You can find people that, it's
Does
like,
she have
so
friends in other states? Does she have friends in other states? Does she have two friends, just two living people in other states that she knows that would purchase products from her? Just two.
That would purchase products, yes. I don't know if anybody would be Lucy. I don't know if anybody would be sponsoring, but yes, they would definitely get product from her. Yeah.
We don't need to go into sponsoring. There's two people. Yeah. Okay, so great. So just tell her, say, hey, listen, I know you're a little nervous, but I know how much you love the product. I know that you have at least two friends who would love the products. Why don't you tell your friends that, and just put some feelers out there and just say, hey, if let's say her friend is Allie and Sally, okay? So if you can tell Allie and Sally to connect you with two other friends who would love to try some of the products, you'll send them a free goodie. Okay, so since she says she doesn't know anyone, she can get her friends to work for her. Okay, but also asking her friends if they want to try some things out. So if she's willing to ask them, great. But if she's not, leave it alone. Because if she's not going to do it, she's not going to do it. But if you know that, hey, like she could do this and she has like some inkling of like wanting to do this, say, hey, just reach out to a couple of your friends and just see if they know a couple of people. And if she can get like 4 people, she can do an online party. Even if just one person bought something, that would give her the encouragement, like, oh my God, one person bought something. Okay, I can do this. It just takes just one order, one person to give her the hope that something good can happen from this. Okay, so I would just tell her, like, just keep it simple. Don't overwhelm her, but just say, hey, just reach out to 2 of your friends and see if they would be willing to connect with 2 other friends and we can do like a little online get together.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Lucy, can you mute me again, please?
Yep, got you.
All right. Any other questions? These are so good. These were such good questions. Thank you so much.
Denise, I got to tell you, I've been doing direct sales probably off and on for almost 20 years. And between you and Lucy, I think I've learned more about direct sales than I ever have in anything that I have ever done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. You all are great.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, well then we are going to let you go, my love, because I am sure we are past your office hours. But if you guys come up with any questions for her, let me know. We can always have her back. Ashley Joe, go girl. She's about to fucking die.
Yes, Denise, I just wanted to thank you. So when I first started about a little over a year and a half ago, I literally stalked you. Like, I watched all of the things that I could of yours, and I took like all the things of yours and Lucy's and a couple other girls. So right now I am like having my big girl crush moment. I'm like, ah! So thank you very much. I'm very excited.
Oh, you are so welcome, Ashley. I appreciate you so much. And if you need anything, you know what? I haven't had a call with someone that hasn't been on my team in forever. So if you want to set up a call with me, I would love to chat with you and we can talk about whatever.
Make her ass work for it, Denise.
Sorry, you gotta work for it. Lucy,
So maybe when I hit senior director.
No, it doesn't have to be that hard, but I'm not just gonna give shit to you. Or let Denise give shit to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you gotta work for it. Okay, so Lucy will tell you what you need to do to have a call.
I need her to tell me what I need to do too, because I want to be your friend. So Lucy, figure it out and tell me.
All right, we can have a call with Denise contest. I'll write that shit down.
Oh my God, you guys are so adorable. I got to meet her at World Conference.
I love you. Oh, this is you all have made my whole night. You all have made my whole night.
Girl, you about to get stuck doing conference calls with 152 people.
I'm ready. Good. I'm ready.
Just so that you know, I am not returning that favor.
That's okay.
You are significantly better human than me.
I am ready for all the calls. Just give them to me. Well,
I got you guys.
Work for them. You got to work for them. You got to work it now.
And that is kind of helpful to me too, because I had an idea that I think that our monthly contests will involve the option of a conference call with a board member. So that solidified their desire to pick all of the brains. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we will put Denise on that list of every monthly volunteer, apparently.
Hell yeah. I'm ready.
I could do a call for you every month too. All right.
And also, really quick. I know you got to kick me off, but
no, you're good.
So when you talked to Gabby, my girl Gabby, and she went live on our team page and said that now Gabby is one of my girls who's been on my team for a very long time.
Yeah, for a minute.
And she's been having some recent personal struggles happening, and she had a call with Lucy, and she went live and she said that she's heard some things before, but when she talked to Lucy, she actually heard it, and she said you really helped her turn some things around, and she's like she's back in action. So
Good.
Thank you so much, Lucy.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you so much. You really, really helped her because she was in a in a bad spot, but you really helped her a lot. Whatever you did, you worked your magic, and she's back.
Do you know what I did? I did what you did. We're not mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not mom. It's fresh energy, man. It's fresh energy. And I think too, when you're mom and you're dealing with your own kids, you're pick up the fucking trash. And then their friends come over and you're like, okay, sweetie, let me teach you how we take the trash out in my house. Right? It's just, I don't know.
She freaking loved you. She was like, yeah, I heard it. Lucy spoke to me and I heard it. I'm like, well, I'm glad you heard it.
I know.
Amber, I got you. I got you, Amber. Thank you all so much for being so awesome and asking me some really great questions. I appreciate you all. Lucy, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, really.
Thank you for giving us so much of your time. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, sweetie.
Have a good night.
Good night, you guys. Catch you all tomorrow, hopefully.
See you in the morning.
I'll get my coffee pot ready.
You crazy stalker. Don't be shocked.
Right?
Oh.